Gold, a precious metal prized for its association with power, fortune, and even beauty, has held the attention of humans for many ages. Gold is typically extracted from mines in the shape of microscopic particles or grains. Still, every once in a while, Mother Nature surprises us with magnificent riches in the form of enormous gold nuggets. Not only are these extraordinary finds spectacular, but they also contain an enormous amount of value. In this video, we explore some of the largest and most valuable gold nuggets ever discovered, highlighting the marvels of nature and the fascination of this precious stone. Number 6. The 400,000 valued gold nugget. The state of California is no different from any other nation in that it hides mysteries behind its surface. Many people believe that all of the precious metals have been mined out of this region, even though this was prime terrain during the gold rush era of the 1800s. One seasoned fortune hunter was aware that valuable items were still waiting to be discovered in this manner. The man's name is Bob Van Camp, and in October of 2014, he acquired what could only be referred to as a giant of a gold nugget. That's accurate. Somebody gave him the 4.5 kilogram nugget. The actual name of the person who discovered the nugget has yet to be made public, which is a peculiar turn of events, because the initial prospector, who was only identified as Mr. Smith, was interested in hoarding more gold resources for himself. He should have revealed the precise site where he discovered it. That might sound arrogant to others, but it's just good business sense for those searching for gold. Bob Van Camp was consulted to determine the nugget's intrinsic worth, and when the results came in, people needed help to trust what was happening. The gold was worth over $400,000, which is not undesirable for a thing discovered only 30.5 centimeters below the surface of the soil. Maybe there are even more treasures hiding in that unknown place. Number 5. The Welcome Stranger Gold Nugget. It is estimated that Australia shipped a minimum of 850 metric tons of gold between 1851 and 1861, which is comparable to over 1/3 of the overall quantity of gold minted around the world during that period. The Welcome Stranger Nugget was found in 1869 by Cornish miner John Deason and his companion Richard Oates at Moleagool in Victoria, Australia. This discovery took place only a short time after the big gold rush that had taken place at the time. Even though a number of the earliest records regarding the weight of the Welcome Stranger vary slightly from one another, it is generally accepted that the nugget, when cooked down, produced approximately 156 pounds of pure gold. You would expect a gold nugget as enormous and expensive as this one might have been, discovered underneath a gold mine or uncovered after substantial excavation. However, this nugget was discovered quite close to the surface of the gold mine. Mining at the base of a stringy bark tree's stump was all required to unearth the Welcome Stranger nugget. Number 4. The nature pushed out the nugget. Most nuggets are found by miners digging about in the ground underneath. However, in the colossal nugget, nature played a role in its existence. In 1869, a crew of miners was making their way along a path in Sierra County, California, toward the Sierra Buttes mine. A heavy downpour at night before revealed something gleaming in the dirt close to the trail that the men couldn't imagine. Even though those miners had traveled that path hundreds of times, it had to happen for it to rain for some of the dirt to be washed away so that they could see this gigantic nugget. The staggeringly massive nugget weighs in at a whopping 48.1 kilograms and must be seen to be accepted. The Kentucky Mine Museum is where to locate it. Just remember to check your pickaxes at the entrance. There is no means to know what amount the nugget would sell for in today's market, although some people believe it would fetch more than $2 million. Number 3. The Golden Eagle Nugget. The Golden Eagle Nugget is one of the numerous large nuggets that may be found in Australia. However, many others have not been discovered. In January of 1931, a young kid who was the child of an underground miner entitled Jim Lacombe made the discovery. The uncovering happened in a gold-bearing region of the country. However, that region was rich in gold during that period, and, like other parts of the world, had seen its gold fever in the 1800s. The fact that the world has uniformity is an intriguing phenomenon to contemplate. Still, the plot twist in this scenario is that when Jim and his team were carrying out work in the vicinity, they were on the edge of determining whether to really leave. They were on their way to leave when they heard that a nugget weighing 6 pounds had been discovered in the area. So they continued to excavate. But wait a minute, there's more. This wasn't exactly a situation in which they needed to dig more to uncover the valuable artifacts. It was necessary to search in every possible location, because the gold nugget was likely to be located on the path that they had been traveling on to reach the mining location in the first place. Eventually, the weight of the nugget was discovered to be around 35.3 kilograms, which is enormous. Nonetheless, it ended up being sold for 5,500 euros, which may come as unexpected news to you. Number 2. The massive nugget in Charlie's Pride. In October of 2018, another even larger gold nugget was discovered buried in the ground. This particular specimen was discovered in Australia in a gully that was referred to as Charlie's Pride. During the recording process of a television show called Assy Gold Hunters, the finding was captured on video and shown on the broadcast. Neville Perry and Mick Clark, 2 miners, were the ones who came upon the big nugget, which weighed in at a total of 2.5 kilograms. The gold has a purity of 99.7% on its own. Because Neville and Mick are true specialists, they were able to focus on a potential concern area by consulting the relevant historical records. The mine they concentrated on was established in the 1850s, and enormous nuggets had previously been unearthed there. In general, it's a good idea to conduct your research. But in this particular instance, it actually cashed off to the extent of more than $200,000. Number 1. The Holtermann's nugget. Now, this one is a very specific thing, and we need to be mindful of how we articulate it. Unlike the numerous other nuggets of gold that have been revealed to you, Holtermann's nugget was not exactly a nugget. Instead, it was an immense amount of gold with associated boulders broken off a quartz reef, a specimen. There had never been a larger chunk of gold discovered. In October 1872, an immense amount was discovered in the Star of Hope mine on Hawkins Hill in New South Wales. Imagine explosions detonated at midnight, exposing a gold wall. How shocking would that be? What if, while out mining, you stumbled upon a wall of gold, and not just a dusting of the precious metal, but a massive bulk? This would have multiplied their wealth hundreds of times over. The nugget's credited discoverer, Bernard Holtermann, was nearly leading the crew to the wrong place to dig. Fortunately, they disregarded him and found the treasure. Unfortunately, the situation takes a terrible turn when Holtermann, after posing for a photo with the nugget, decides not to preserve it or perhaps sell it in the state in which his crew discovered it. A crucial historical artifact was destroyed when it was burned down for its gold material. But copies of the nugget have been produced with incredible accuracy. That's all for today. Do you want to find gold nuggets yourself? Buy a gold detector or other gold prospecting equipment at the International Detector Center. We will attach the link in the description. Also, now hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell.